Hello, my name is Ben Monaco. I'm a junior at Cabot High School. I've been living in Vermont my whole life. One thing I've been doing for the majority of my life is hunting. The practice of hunting is very important and is a way of life for some, though without some regulation, it can become unsustainable. When most think of Vermont wildlife, they tend to think of a large population of white-tailed deer, moose, and turkeys, though it hasn't always been that way. Over the last century, the wildlife population has had a pretty significant recovery. The future of Vermont's wildlife looked less than ideal coming into the 20th century. Primarily the lack of habitat and overhunting seemed to be the main cause, though the clogging of streams and blockage of waterways also contributed to a population decrease. In 1904, the first game warden force was created to protect deer and other species from overharvest. During that period, 17 white-tailed deer were brought from New York and led an explosion in population by the 50s. Due to sheep farming and the potash industry, Vermont went from 80% forested to 35% in less than 50 years. With the lack of trees and the huge population decrease of beavers due to fashion trends, there wasn't much to filter anything out of the water coming off the hillsides from running directly into waterways, causing issues for fish and animals relying on the wetlands and streams. With the reintroduction of beavers into Vermont in the 1920s and 30s, and the simultaneous abandonment of many Vermont farms, causing reforestation, it created a great habitat for beavers and many other creatures. Along with the recovery of beavers followed a number of species that rely on the wetlands the beavers create, including moose and several different waterfowl. So, we've seen a major recovery of many species, although some haven't returned. Mountain lions and wolves have not recovered, as well as caribou and elk, which were all quite common in Vermont. Now, wildlife faces a new set of problems. For the first time in nearly 150 years, forest recovery, which reached a peak in the last decade, has actually begun a decline. This time, rather than forests being used primarily for agricultural purposes, it's being turned into roads, houses, and shopping centers. Development is happening faster than population growth. With that being said, currently, populations are still doing pretty well, especially when compared to what they once were. We want to keep it that way, which can still be done while allowing hunting. The issue is development.